Hey everyone, this is Ariel Royalty and we are here for my Assassin's Creed Valhalla final thoughts. So, Valhalla. Very good game. Teeny bit grindy. Because some areas it's like really low power and then it's like it jumps quite a bit. And you may notice that I actually haven't done in some parts. That's because, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Valhalla has more than one storyline. And to truly complete the game, you got to do all the storylines. So I know of at least 2, 3. So I've done the main one, which is regarding the modern day part, and then there's the enemies you gotta kill, and then there's the part regarding the map, which I believe finishes off here, which is what I'm working towards right now. They actually put the Isle of Wight in. So it is a bit grindy, but it's nowhere near as bad as Odyssey was with it. Upgrading things like your rations and your quiver will make life easier, along with upgrading your gear, but rations should definitely be your priority because you need them to heal. Now, I have had to go to the most remote place on the map to prevent story spoilers from occurring. So I am here. And pretty much, I'm going to walk to here while I talk. So, which way am I going? No way. It is rather grindy. The story arc I did complete was the one regarding the modern day problem, and that got a tad confusing towards the end. But it also kind of made a bit of sense. The story arcs of the individual areas were memorable. Let me see if I can think about where one was. It's like this one was memorable because of what happens here. Each area had different things that happen that makes it memorable, and well, at times it's like, oh god, this person again, you're back, weren't you meant to be in this place? And sometimes it's like, oh hello, nice to see you. And some of the boss fights I found were that annoying I almost wanted to throw my controller at my TV. Thankfully, I have better anger management than that. Jorvik, London and Wessex are 3 that are just cities on their own, individual arcs for that city. Jorvik was quite memorable. So was London. I also did Winchester, but I haven't done the area around it yet. certain choices impact big time, others not so much. Hunting was fun and easy to gain experience on the move. Now the armor I am actually wearing is the max level Raven Clan shield and a max level Hidden One set. For some reason it doesn't come with a shield of its own. How come I can never find dogs? Wolves? Yes. Dogs? No. But the Hidden One's armor set I'm wearing, you kind of collect throughout the game by, first off, getting the Hidden One's bureau in your settlement, and then you can kind of get a quest from that, which means find stuff, and in those, find some places, in those places is something that the Hidden Ones want, and a piece of the armor set. Which was fun. They were fun to get into, and you really had to think on some of them. It's like, okay, this thing I can't get through. How do I do it so I can get through? So it's definitely got my mind working on that. I even had to ask my mum for help with one of them. It also does take some skill with some of them. Throwing a jar onto a ledge so you can toss it onto another ledge is not an easy thing to do. Mysteries I didn't really focus on, but the ones I did do were definitely unique and much better than Odyssey. Though I definitely did not do flighting. I suck at flighting. But what do I think of things in its entirety? So, kinda grindy. You can make things easier or harder for yourself depending on what choices you make. And hunting is kind of your best friend in some situations. Because you get the leather you need for upgrades. You can get the little trinkets. Like wolf claws, viper eggs, heron beaks, feathers, which you can turn into your tanner in the settlement. You can do fishing, which also gains experience, which is quite useful and fun way to pass the time. But the story arc I did do was fun, unique, and also had a couple WTF moments.
Trolls, cursed creatures.
Oh shoot. And also things like this where you don't want to be. I didn't even realise I was heading for that. No thank you, I do not want to be fighting that right now. The progression of the developers adding more to the game as it went on was pretty consistent for a bit, but it has slowed down now. And from what I've heard, we have at least 2, possibly 3 DLCs on the way, which sound interesting. So overall, I think this is a very, very good game that is worth the money. But if you're going to get it with the season pass. Because you can also get yourself some Helix credits. And as I've mentioned before, I do have the Opal map for the special merchant in settlement. I also, when I unlocked my map maker, I was able to purchase maps to the supplies I need or armor pieces, but you can get some of these maps on the Animus store, so that's fun, but at least there's an in-game way to do so. These things are curses and they are kind of tricky to figure out at times, but overall it is a really good game. I recommend it. Not sure where the developers are going to go from here. But I am interested to see where they take it. In terms of it being lore friendly, it does tie in Odyssey nicely. It could have done better to make Odyssey more worthwhile, but it isn't doing too bad. It ties into Assassin's Creed 3 nicely, Odyssey and Origins, without overdoing it, but it also kind of underdoes it. Like, in the game I found only a brief reference to Bayek. And that's because the special merchant is Redder. And he mentions Bayek as a friend that he hasn't seen in a long time. But it just seemed like there wasn't enough connection to Origins when they're still calling themselves the Hidden Ones. The use of the cloak for social stuff could have used a little bit more work in terms of moving about while using the cloak, because they still seem to spot me super quickly. In Norway you do get temperature in the water, so if you stay in there too long you will die of hypothermia. Now, what else can I talk about? Most of the stuff I want to talk about is story related, and I don't want to... Oh, you were talking. Talk about that too much because you don't want to give away stuff on the game. But I am satisfied with the game. There is plenty to do in the main story, even more if you decide to do the extra stuff like the collectibles, which include mysteries, taking down the zealots, which thankfully I took an option that allowed me to get them off my tail. So there is definitely more than enough content to make the game worth your while. The only downside is it's grindy and there's like no outfits for just chilling. It's all blimmin' armor. Like, this is still armor. It may be more ceremonial, but it's still armor. Okay, this is about as close to it as we get in terms of like an outfit. And it is still armor. It's all bulky, there's no like casual stuff. That's the downside for me, because when I'm in my settlement, I'm not going to be attacked every single 5 minutes. I want to be able to let Eivor breathe. Okay? Take off the armor for a bit, wear something a bit lighter. That's a downside, and the fact that no matter how many times you pick fruit to eat, you can only heal a maximum of 6 times if you got your bag maxed out. So that means after 6 heals in a boss fight, you're dead. So if they could like do it so that each time it goes around the circle it heals you twice, that would be good. Because then it would space out the things you've collected a bit better. But other than that, very good game. There are definitely some things that could be improved. But each game in the series is Ubisoft trying to see what we make of things. And Valhalla seems to be well received by the community. Yes, there are things to be improved, as I said, but on the majority it is a big step up from Odyssey. Especially when it comes to character customization. For in Odyssey here in Valhalla, we can customize our hair color, tattoos, style, what weapons we use, their appearance through upgrading, which adds yet another layer of customization. So there's plenty in terms of customization. The next step would be making your own character's appearance. But I am missing like the colours of the outfits. I wish we could change them. I mean, sure, the default colour might be black. How about a colour dyeing system? Yeah, they dye a cloth to make clothes, so why not you have a system where you can dye it whatever colour you want? Pick purple flowers, you get a purple outfit. Pick pink flowers, you get a pink outfit. Something like that. That's the only thing I don't like about the current customization.
I should be cautious around here.
But overall, yes, this is a very good game. And be prepared to get annoyed every now and then. And you need to be careful on who you trust in the game too, because not everyone is trustworthy. I found that out in a story arc. Which was both fun, annoying, and yet adventurous. So, that is going to be it for my review. A mostly positive review. There's not much I want changed, but there are of course a few things. No game is utterly perfect in all regards. but this is perfect enough for me to be satisfied. So I hope you all enjoyed, and let's see what Ubisoft comes up with next, shall we? So, until then, take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!